Joining us here on Times Now. This is Times Now Live and I'm Hina Gambhir. Viewers, the Kerala story has won big at the 71st National Film Awards, bagging wins under two categories. The film, which deals with the controversial subject of forced religious conversion allegedly carried out in Kerala to recruit people for the terror group ISIS, won the Best Director and Best Cinematography awards. National Award honour for Sudipto Sen directed film triggered a massive political storm, with Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan slamming the recognition in a strongly worded statement. Taking to social media platform X, Vijayan accused the film of spreading blatant misinformation and sowing seeds of communal hatred with the intent of tarnishing Kerala's image. He said that the jury of national awards, by honouring this film, has legitimized the divisive ideology of the Sangh Parivar. Vijayan went on to assert that Kerala, which has always stood as a beacon of harmony, has been gravely insulted by this decision. Listen.
ദേശീയ അവാർഡിന് അർഹമായ ഈ ചിത്രം വ്യാജ നിർമ്മിതികൾ കൊണ്ട് കേരളത്തെ മോശമായി ചിത്രീകരിക്കുകയാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ലോകമാകെ അറിയപ്പെടുന്ന കേരളത്തിന്റെ മതനിരപേക്ഷ പാരമ്പര്യം ഓരോ ഘട്ടത്തിലും കൂടുതൽ തെളിഞ്ഞു വരുന്ന കാഴ്ചയാണ് നാം ഇപ്പോൾ കാണുന്നത്. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഘട്ടത്തിലാണ് അതിനെ വക്രീകരിച്ച് അവതരിപ്പിക്കുകയും പരസ്പര സ്പർദ്ധ വളർത്തുന്നതിനായി ഉപയോഗിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ഇത്തരം പ്രവണതകൾ തീർച്ചയായും ചലച്ചിത്ര ഇടങ്ങളിൽ ചർച്ച ചെയ്യപ്പെടുന്നു.
And viewers, Congress party also slammed the recognition for the film, saying that the film deserves to be in the dustbin. Party's General Secretary K.C. Venugopal claimed that award to a film like this is an example of how BJP promotes hate. BJP hit out at the Kerala Chief Minister, saying that the true face of left parties has been exposed. BJP linked Vijayan's opposition to National Award for the Kerala story to appeasement politics. Launching a blistering attack, it said that self-proclaimed advocates of free speech do not like it when a film exposes the reality of terror groups, the reality which leaders of Congress and the left have themselves spoken about in the past. Listen in.
This is the true face of the left parties, the communists. They first opposed the film and now they oppose the national honor being given to the film. Because in the name of appeasement politics, they stand with terrorists, they stand with Hamas, they eulogize Hamas, they oppose Bharat Mata, but they will pass resolution for terrorists in the assembly. This is the true face of left, that they will have a soft niti, a Tushtikaran niti for terrorists and oppose national honor, national awards and even block films.
On the other hand, Samajwadi Party leader Fakhrul Hasan Chand alleged that BJP is pushing its agenda of hatred through films now. Listen in.
देखिए, अवार्ड कैसे मिलते हैं, उनका कैसे चयन होता है, ये सब जानते हैं. उसके पीछे राजनीतिक एजेंडा क्या है, ये भी सब जानते हैं. इसलिए केरल के मुख्यमंत्री जी को इस विषय को बहुत ज्यादा गंभीरता से लेने की जरूरत नहीं, क्योंकि भारतीय जनता पार्टी का एजेंडा है. वो मूवी बना के अब प्रचार कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि समय समय पर उनका प्रचार का तरीका बदलता है. अब वो फिल्मों के माध्यम से अपने जो नफरत का एजेंडा है उसको आगे बढ़ाने का काम कर रहे हैं. इसलिए कैसे अवार्ड मिलता है, कैसे उनका चयन होता है, वो पूरा देश जानता है.
And I'm now joined by Sudipto Sen, who is filmmaker and director of the film The Kerala Story. Good evening, Mr. Sen. Thank you very much for speaking with us here on Times Now. Firstly, many congratulations on winning Best Director at the 71st National Film Awards for your film The Kerala Story. Do you feel that this recognition validates your film The Kerala Story despite the controversies and the criticism it faced?
The thing is, we got the validation long back because just a 20 crore film becoming so big, and it is not the money. If I go by the calculation of the box office, more than 5 crore people watched the film, and later when it was released in OTT, 70 weeks precisely from now, more than 50% of those weeks, Kerala Story is among top 10 OTT films in India. So I think the validation, the vindication we already got from the from those 250 million people who watch the film. So that way the vindication is beyond any award or anything. But as you know, we are filmmakers, and after working for 20 years, if my film is being recognized by the country's highest award, then I have a reason to be happy also. As I said, that it is really surreal. It is really, I never expected.
But what will you say to those who are now arguing that the film was more propaganda than cinema? I ask you this because Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has lashed out, and he's put out a long post on social media platform X, and he says, I'm quoting him, by honouring a film that spreads blatant misinformation with the clear intent of tarnishing Kerala's image and sowing seeds of communal hatred. I mean, he's also gone on to say it's not just Malayalis, but everyone who believes in democracy must raise their voice in defense of truth and the constitutional values we hold dear. What will you like to say?
I read Vijayan sir's comment, and one day I will reply him. But the matter of fact is, I think, if I am not wrong, Pinarayi Vijayan sir did not see the film. If he has seen the film, then it would be easier for me to reply. 1. 2. He is a seasoned politician, very senior politician. So, and being a filmmaker, I can't comment on any politician's opinion. Number 3, the film has a genesis that in 15 years back, Comrade V.S. Achyutanandan, he was the then Chief Minister of Kerala, who was senior to Comrade Pinarayi Vijayan. He came to Delhi to organize a press conference where he categorically said that PFI and SDPI posing such a huge threat on Kerala that Kerala will be turned into a Islamic state in 20 years. And when the day that press conference happened, very next day there was a backlash in Kerala against V.S. Achyutanandan. Now, the first person who defended V.S. Achyutanandan is Pinarayi Vijayan. He was the junior member in the Politburo there or executive committee. Now, Pinarayi Vijayan as a comrade, Pinarayi Vijayan as a junior to V.S. Achyutanandan, supporting his comment against PFI and SDPI's sinister plan to convert Kerala into an Islamic state. That time, his version and today's his tweet are completely opposite in under any circumstances. Now, which one is true? I don't know. But to me, the important is rather I don't get provoked to reply his comments, because I stand by every word spoken in my film. I stand by every dialogue spoken in my film. I stand by every visual shown in my film, and I am ready to face. I already faced plethora of journalists, plethora of critics, and I am ready to face more. But I don't think I will argue with him till he sees the film, because the film has anything in the film to which anybody can call it misinformation or wrong information.
All right, Mr. Sen, thank you very much for speaking with us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. Let me take the points you have raised across to my guest who is joining us on the broadcast this evening. We have Dr. Pulla Rao, who is a political analyst. Good evening. Thank you for speaking with us here on Times Now. You know, even before the film was released, we have seen some controversies around this film, the Kerala story. You just heard what the director of this film had to say, and his argument is that the statement that Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan has made after the film received the National Award for the Best Director and Best Cinematography, he's making these comments without even watching the film. At least he should watch it first and then perhaps say if there's something wrong in it. How will you like to respond?
Yeah, I'd say that the director is within his rights to say what he said, and that's what he would say. But the Chief Minister has the unfettered right to comment on this film, not only from his personal point of view, but from the point of view of his state. He has a right to comment He felt this way. He felt it should flow in the other way, and therefore he commented. Now let us go whether the film deserves it. Yes, the director and supporters of the film will say they deserve it for its technical craftsmanship or the story, other things. Those who oppose it may find that it is sponsoring one view, and perhaps it is a propaganda film. They're within their rights. And I don't find, unless there is a healthy debate, should we all say the film is a great film? The many films have been thrown by the wayside because there's counter opinion. And I also believe that this very, very fast and quick way of giving recognition to very controversial subjects may not be a very healthy thing in future. Future other governments will come and other governments will sponsor films with a different ideology.
But Dr. Pinarayi, with that logic, like people, are entitled to have an opinion on a particular film. Similarly, a director, is entitled to pick a subject that he or she likes. I mean, why raise questions on that? I mean, what I want to ask you is that there seems to be a pattern here. Kashmir files, Kerala story, recently the Udaipur files to Sabarmati report, everything was targeted. You all, you have seen it. So I want to ask you, is this ideological intolerance in a way something that needs to be addressed? Is it not limiting the creative freedom of the filmmakers?
No, absolutely not. You see, any film of this kind supports a certain ideology, doesn't it? Supports a certain view, a public view that they have. So naturally, there will be a counterpoint. There will be counter-polarization. There will be an opposite point. And that's what's happening. You can't complain about that. They have another view. They can't all be swayed by one film, whether it's Kerala Files, the Kashmir story, or the Manipur, whatever. These are films which we all know are made with a purpose to highlight their view. Their view, it is a political view, it's a social view, and there will be others who oppose it. Accept it in the right spirit. Don't give motives to a man like Vijayan, Pinarayi Vijayan. He didn't see the film. He obviously made up his mind. Pinarayi Vijayan, with his 60 years experience in politics, he probably knew what was cooking. He probably could anticipate it. And he has come to this view. A lot of people hold his view. Whether this film will have a long life, whether it will change the ideological tone of Kerala politics, time will tell. Or whether it's just a blip in the horizon. It has come today, it got a national awards. The national awards highlight it. The national awards will help it be seen by people out of curiosity. But it may be nothing in the long run. And, I always say that there are many chief ministers who may support this film. I am quite sure those who agree with this film, its ideology, will support it. And they will definitely go forward on that tone. And nobody is complaining. This is a democracy. And the Chief Minister Kerala, since it relates to Kerala, has to comment on it. She is expected to comment on it. He can't say it is artistic license. I won't say it because it directly affects him, his party, his government, and his social teams. Therefore, I think you should give enough room for disagreement. A national award that by itself doesn't embellish something or put it beyond criticism. Definitely not.
Okay, Dr. Pinarayi, stay on with us. We have Anurag Naidu, who is a political analyst, also joining us on the broadcast. The view that's being put across is that, everybody is entitled to an opinion and there can be disagreement. So why link it to appeasement?
Yeah, I think, there is one thing about Pinarayi Vijayan, and that is something that we know about, for the last 2 terms that I've been serving as a chief minister. There is a particular stand that the party take. There is a particular ideological inclination that the party, carry on its shoulder. Now, when it comes to the film, there are 2 options that you have. Either you leave the film and look at it from a very creative angle, from an angle of, just the story and the angle of an action. Or second, you try to use it for your own interest and your own vote bank, for your own narratives, for your own, political interests. Now, what Pinarayi Vijayan, time and again has been telling is trying to polarize an environment in Kerala, which suits his political narrative, which, of course, it's up to the people of Kerala to decide. But to bring politics into it and to try to communalize, I think that's the last thing that we should do. As a Chief Minister, that's the last thing that we expect out of him.
Okay, before I go across to Dr. Pularao for a quick response to what you've said, I also want you to respond to what Pinarayi Vijayan, the Chief Minister, has written. He's also mentioned that, the jury, by honoring this particular film, has lent legitimacy to a narrative rooted in divisive ideology of the Sangh Parivar. Anurag?
Yeah. So I think this is also a very pointed attack, and I think you made a very good point. Why do you have to bring Sangh Parivar into the picture? Tell me one person or one office bearer of the Sangh Parivar who has given an opinion on this. Tell me one Sangh Parivar ideology or ideologue or a person who is affiliated with the Sangh promoted this movie, asked people to go watch out, paid tickets and did some charity shows. Nothing. Why do you have to bring Sangh Parivar out of, into a context which they are not linked to? Just because it suits your narrative, ideological narrative, it suits your positioning in the state. Just because you feel threatened by the party that is growing with its footprint in Kerala, just because you see that BJP is growing its influence in the state of Kerala, they are now, in a sense, maybe not by the numbers, but by the effect that they carry. They are the principal opposition party in a sense in Kerala. Okay. So people know about it. Just by bringing Sangh Parivar, you're making it a point. And also, in a way, it's a soft acceptance of BJP's influence in the state of Kerala. And I think the government in the power feels threatened. That's clearly the indication.
Do you agree, Dr. Pularao? Because like you said earlier, everyone is entitled to disagreements, to have a viewpoint. And of course, here people can disagree with the kind of film that has been made, can disagree the way the jury has decided to honor this particular film. But then why bring in this aspect of ideology of the Sangh Parivar? Because we know how, in the recent past, there have been several instances emerging from Kerala where the government has been, in a way, indicating that there is saffronization of the state that's happening, saffronization of the universities that's going on, something that needs to be dealt with.
You see, basically, using films to carry your political view. And if I use the correct word in the dictionary for it, it may offend somebody, but as a propaganda. Tool is not new. It started in the 1930s in Germany with the Nazis using films. Very, very effective films. And films are very powerful media, just as TV is. Any of these media go far. And, therefore, naturally, and this country is polarized. I didn't polarize it. You didn't polarize it. It has become polarized. Maybe outsiders polarize it, whatever. It is polarized very deeply. And it is the other side doing this. And then there's a retort. There's a retaliation and it goes on. For example.
Dr. Pularao, do you remember Kishore Kumar's songs were also banned from All India Radio and DD? We've seen that period also. What will you call that period?
It is not new. It is not new. And even now, the undercurrents, you take Bombay, there is an attack that some actors were espousing this view. There is. It is open. It is written everywhere. And therefore, they are being sidelined. This is going on. I wish it wasn't, but it's going on. And finally, if a Chief Minister doesn't comment on it, definitely he'll be failing in his role. My friend Mr. Naidu may say he's wrong or whatever, but he has to comment on it. And he commented on it. He has put his views out there in the public domain. And it's for you to take him at his value. One thing I tell you, he has a lot of credibility as a person. As a person, I'm not going into the ideology. Okay. Mr. Vijayan has been there for 60 years.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm completely out of time, but thank you very much. Appreciate both of you for joining us here on this debate on Times Now. Dr. Pularao and Mr. Anurag Naidu. Heading into a short break.